This is the 217 Recovery Podcast with Corey Winfield.
You know, when people like reach out and ask for help and it's something as simple as, hey, shipping her a box of tampons.
The one thing about this girl is she's never asked me for anything. She may have hinted about tampons.
June 23rd, 2020. It is the 217 Recovery Podcast, and my name is Corey Winfield. In the studio with me yet again is Marney Liston. Marney, what's up?
Hello, how are you?
How are you? I'm doing all right. I had kind of a weird day today. Emotions all over the board, and I know you want to get into some stuff, which I think will really help you get some things off of your chest, and just, it feels good to talk about it. And there might be a couple people listening that would be like, oh, that's great to know that about Marney. She's bad.
Aren't we?
You're bad, Marney. But we'll get to that here in just a minute. First, I want to talk about how I'm feeling today, and I thought about drinking multiple times today.
Wow.
To be honest. And, you know, a year and a half, it doesn't matter. You know, I see at meetings, you know, people saying that, you know, they got 20 years and, you know, they're still fighting it a day at a time too. And yeah, there was a few times today where I thought about it. And actually yesterday, going back to yesterday, I went to listen to The Ticket, my favorite radio station, best radio station in the world, out of Dallas, sports station, and the guys were on vacation. And, I hate that. And the guys filling in for him were talking about Game of Thrones. And I never really watched Game of Thrones until one time I did. And I was drinking, and it was like a 4-day bender, and that's all I did was watch Game of Thrones. So to even think of that show just makes me think of, oh man, like, getting that buzz on and just that mindless entertainment and just, ooh. And man, that buzz feels good. And then I quickly had to bring that down and bring it back to reality and remember, no, that buzz wasn't worth it. And to go out and to try to drink again, it wouldn't be worth it for me. I have way too much to lose right now, and the buzz isn't even that good. I remember thinking that one of the last times I drank. I remember, you know, starting to drink, you know, the 5th of 100 proof stuff, whatever I was getting. And as soon as I got like the head buzz going, I remember thinking, this isn't good. Like, this isn't what I remember. And then I drank a lot more and kept trying to drink more and more and more and more to try to somehow make it good. But it never was good. And the fact that I was able to go through that kind of progression with it, I think was a big thing. And I didn't keep fantasizing about it. I didn't let my brain take over. You know, I think my soul jumped in there and was like, hey, wait a minute. Wait, let's back this up. And then today it was kind of a tough situation going to court. I didn't really get to sit in on the pretrial stuff, but a friend of mine is in a little bit of trouble, and I was going there just to kind of show some support. I saw another guy that I used to be considered a friend. I used to consider him a friend. He used to be on 217 Recovery. I'm not going to mention his name, but it's Ryan Beckman. And we stopped being friends when I felt let down and betrayed. And I felt disappointed, you know, and sometimes I'll let that kind of get to me and I'll turn it into anger, and then I'll have to bring it back down and go, okay, well, really, what was I feeling? Well, I was feeling, you know, because I considered this guy a friend, and, you know, the betrayal and, you know, just disappointment. And that's what I really feel. And it's not anger. It's just, you know, I feel disappointed and betrayed. So, you know, he was there as well. And it was funny because he decided he was going to reach out to Anna and be like, hey, Anna, tell Corey he can't talk about this on the podcast. Okay, first of all, Ryan Beckman, you know how to get a hold of me. My email is Corey@217recovery.com. There's a reason that's the only way you can reach me. feel free. Send me anything you want, man. But seeing my man, my friend, it was good to see him. To know he's still alive, and the fact that he saw me and gave him a fist bump, like he knows that we support him, and sometimes you have to do that. And yeah, we weren't able to sit in there for all the stuff that was going on, but it was worth it. I had to drive an hour there, an hour back, but it was worth it, just for those few seconds for him to see like, hey, people do care about him and people do support him. So it was good, but on the way back, it's just like, man, I don't know. It was just kind of getting into my brain a little bit, and I don't know. I'm guessing this is going to happen the rest of my life. Like I said, I've heard old timers say, I got 20 years clean and it's still a fight. So, it's something that I should just expect. Like these thoughts are going to come, and as long as I keep handling them the way that I do, and sometimes situations are going to be a little harder, and the temptation might be a little bit closer, but I did the right things today, and I chose not to drink, and I know you appreciate that.
Absolutely, yeah.
But I just feel like being honest about it, and maybe someone's listening right now. They got 3 months, 6 months, 2 years, 5 years, whatever. They can maybe relate to it and go, hey, look, it's still happening, and Corey's not afraid to admit it. That it pops in his brain, and I don't think anyone should be afraid to talk about it. If you see a therapist or counselor or whatever, tell them about it for sure. But if you can get a good buddy, some people call them sponsors, some people call them friends. It's nice to talk to them about it. Like there's people that I wouldn't talk about it with, like, and bless her heart, but I love her, my mom. If I brought it up to my mom, I don't know what she'd do. I think she'd probably get worried. Oh no, Corey, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I gotta text you every single hour now. And I don't know, maybe it wouldn't be that way, but I just would feel more comfortable doing it on a podcast, and she can listen then.
Well, there you go.
But yeah, so that was kind of my day in a nutshell. Now for the juicy stuff.
Man.
Right. Well, you were talking about honesty. Honesty is a big thing, a big good thing. I think being honest with myself, being honest with my situation, where I'm at, where I've been. In all reality, that's kind of what's been on my plate lately. And you know what I've realized, especially in the last week or so, is that I think things are scarier when you don't talk about them. I think the stuff that, we shove underneath the rug for so long is because we're fearful of what might come along with it. Be it emotions, be it circumstances, be it people's responses, be it, I don't know, wherever you find yourself after it actually becomes something that comes out of the woodwork. And in my situation, let's see, how do I even really start this?
There was 2 girls and it was band camp, right?
Yeah, this one. Yeah, right. Band camp. No, never been. But
never been to band camp.
Never been to band camp.
Okay.
No.
But back to the 2 girls. Where was it?
Wouldn't you like?
Sure. 3 girls? Wow.
Get your mind out of the gutter, Corey. I'm talking about something serious.
Oh yeah, that's right. You said you wanted to be serious about this.
No, I didn't. I said I wanted to talk about it.
Oh. Okay.
For reals, though. Okay.
I got my serious face.
Anyway.
I'm seriously listening. Okay, back to the 2 girls. Where was this at again? It was
oh
not
my
band.
gosh.
What?
Really? Can I tell my story?
Yeah.
Please. That's all I'm trying to do here.
What were you wearing?
Lord. Okay. Anyhow.
Okay,
what I was going to say is, all right, like most people that are in recovery, Okay, we all have stories, right? We all have kind of how we got to where we were, be it a slow road, be it the fast track, be it how long we were on that road, if we found our way out to recovery to be where we are today, which is kind of why I'm really talking about this, is because how I'm able to handle, the situation that came to light. So we're talking about, your past, and my past in particular. This situation is over a year and a half ago, I got myself into some trouble, and had to do with possession of illegal drugs, and it's not something I'm proud of. It's not something that I celebrate or, walk around like it's not something I even really actually think of as a pivotal moment in my life as a good or bad thing in my using or drinking career. But it happened. It happened nonetheless. It was a poor decision, and I was arrested, and they didn't put me behind bars or anything. They let me leave, and nothing really came of it. I mean, I knew it had happened, and they just said they were going to send whatever it was I had to the lab, and then, to wait to hear from them. Well, I never heard anything. They ever came to come get me. I never did anything. Well, in the midst of all of this, by different means, I had made the decision myself that I needed help. And it was my decision to go to rehab. It was my decision to make a change in my life. It was something that had needed to happen for some time. And I wanted it. And it really had nothing to do with that certain situation that had happened. My drug of choice is alcohol. All day long, I'm an alcoholic. I dabbled in, drugs, trying to find that same high, and, it never worked. But alcohol was killing me. And so that's what I really needed to focus on, is figuring out how to handle that. And you know what? It's weird now that I'm really talking about this. I was not drinking during that period of time when I got in trouble. And I thought that I was doing awesome because I wasn't picking up the bottle. I was trying to, I know. Why are you laughing? Like, you think this is weird. It's not. Because the people that are listening right now are like, yeah, I get it. Like, I knew that drinking was, I couldn't do it. I couldn't just drink like a normal person. So I figured that I would try doing something different.
Other drugs like
it
coke
so made sense to me at the
or
time.
Meth. It's probably not.
It's
a good
insanity.
idea.
It is total insanity. It makes no sense at all. But apparently, at the time, I was patting myself on the back.
I'm not
like,
drinking.
Marney,
crack.
Hey, you know what? You can't drink. You figured that one out, sister. So let's still be bad because, it's good to be bad. No, it's not. It's not. It doesn't help anything. All that situation did was make me realize I just get in trouble too. And, it just... I needed help to sort through why it was that actually I was turning to drugs and alcohol, and period. Why did I need to feel not like me? Why did I need to forget, today? Why did I not want to live today? Why did I not want to live in today, rather? Anyway, that's a whole longer story, but, so this thing comes out of the woodwork, and actually in the oddest way possible, because of good things that I'm doing. It's because of awesomeness in my life today, of moving forward and making strides in the right direction, that it actually came about